So my favorite YouTuber of all time, my biggest inspiration of all time, iDubbbz recently made a video. Couldn't finish that without laughing. So iDubbbz made a video called The Harsh Reality of Creator Clash 2. And in case you guys don't know, this event that they put out every single year, it's this boxing event where they get YouTubers, influencers, and the end goal is to give to charity. Despite the fact that I don't like iDubbbz, I think he's corny, I think he's cringe, I still thought the concept was pretty awesome. You know, at the end of the day, you're helping people who need it the most. You're helping charities, so W, right? I don't think anyone has a problem with that. But in this video, we find out that no charity got money. And I've said this before on streams and on videos. I saw this coming from a mile away. Not even a mile away. I saw this coming from 10 miles away. The second iDubbbz decided to draw the line in the sand and be like, if you like Content Cop, you're a bigot. If you do this, you're a bigot. If you say edgy stuff, you're a bigot. If you're not responsible for your audience, you're a bigot. Not only has his views gone down, but on top of that, he keeps losing subscribers every single time he uploads. And on top of that, you're pushing aside the people who actually have been supporting you for many years. They supported you through Creator Clash 1. And of course, this was meant to happen. What do you expect? Your new audience is nothing but Twitter losers. What were you expecting? But with that said, let's just jump into the video.
We lost $250,000 on the event. The way that this typically works for anyone who's unaware is that once our expenses are paid off for the event, like all the minimums of, like, you know, broadcasting, the hotel, travel, all that sort of stuff, once that's all paid off, then we can start paying the charities. Unfortunately, we didn't even reach the break-even point, right? We're $250,000 in the red. I foolishly thought that the success of last year should be a minimum, you know, a minimum for what we are able to do this year.
Besides the Froggy Fresh drama, did you guys know about Creator Clash 2? I saw the card. I had no interest in seeing anyone from that card. Last year was way better. You had Dr. Mike, you had the odd one out. Last year's card was way better. And once again, no hate or disrespect to anyone, but the main reason why Creator Clash 2 even had enough relevance, if you will, is because of the drama that was happening between Froggy Fresh, Sam Hyde, and iDubbbz. That's the only reason why. If it weren't for that drama, I could guarantee you the pay-per-view sales, the attendance would have been worse. They wouldn't lose $250,000. They would lose $350,000. And on top of that, Gideon and a few other content creators were like, okay, I'll donate $100,000 if you let Froggy fight again. So you could have used those $100,000. This is yet another example of iDubbbz and his wife's ego getting in the way. We don't need Froggy. We don't need money. We got it. We got it. We got the Twitter users in our side now. You lost $250,000. I wish I could say I feel bad for you, but you did this all to yourself. If somehow by a miracle of Jesus there's a Creator Clash 3, that shit's going to bomb. It will do even worse.
This is our second time doing the event, so more people are going to know about it. So I thought that would translate to pay-per-view buys. But we did half as well as we did the first year. 50,000 compared to 100,000 the first year. So I was wrong, and I feel a lot of shame because a lot of people were trusting me and trusting our team to, you know, protect the event and protect the charities and protect just the whole thing.
It was you who divided your fan base in half. When people think Creator Clash, you think iDubbbz, right? Maybe if you weren't such a bid, you wouldn't be in the hole. You wouldn't be $250,000 in the hole. Now, I'm not claiming to be an expert, right? I think the concept is pretty cool. I think having influencers fight, I think it's funny. And on top of that, it's pretty awesome that it goes to charity, people who actually need it. And you're doing all of this horrible marketing. And by marketing, I mean, here's why I kicked Froggy Fresh. Here's me addressing the drama. Guys, I'm sad. I miss the old iDubbbz. You've ruined your reputation. What were you expecting, dude? I'm actually surprised you're surprised that this is the outcome of this. You legitimately self-destructed your own career, man.
This should just be like the first year. I don't want it to be more complicated than the first year. It ended up being a lot more complicated. Amongst the 800 pirated streaming sites, there were between 1.3 and 3 million viewers. So even though there were around 50,000 pay-per-view buys, there were around 1.3 to 3 million viewers. People who actually watch the full broadcast.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. This event is heavily associated with you. iDubbbz, Ian. And when you spit in the face of the people who watched you for years, like, it's expected. I don't know why you're so surprised about this. Anyone with half a brain cell would have seen this coming, would have been like, yeah, you know. Long story short, people don't like you anymore. People don't fuck with you anymore. A lot of them. And I think the piracy numbers speak. 1.3 to 3 million former fans who were like, fuck him.
We also had events the day before the fight and the day after the fight, so that, you know, fighters and friends and family could come together and process their trauma. That was sort of paramount for me, because the first year we did the fight and then I went to bed. I got the shit kicked out of me by Dr. Mike, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up, the hotel was empty, and then I got on a flight and traveled 5 hours with my face completely swollen back to Seattle, and I was like, that was cool. That was so worth it. There was nothing. There was no processing my trauma. There was no talking to anyone and relating about the experience afterward. Everyone was gone. And that shit felt awful. So, yeah, some of these things that might seem extraneous, in my opinion, were entirely necessary, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
If I lost $250,000, you know, that's a lot of money. And I don't get this whole mentality of like, yeah, I will do it all over again, no regrets. You lost $250,000. Some people never see $250,000. And for you to be like, yeah, it was worth it. Yeah, we'll do it all over again because I'm a 35-year-old man who can't handle it. In a nutshell, this event sucked. This event performed poorly. No one heard of this. And honestly, iDubbbz needs to cut Froggy a check for like $25,000 for promoting that event. Despite not even being, I wish I could feel bad for you, but you're out here crying and be like, guys, we lost 250K, but we also got all of these other luxuries. Join the club of irrelevancy, dude. But with that said, what do you guys think of this situation? Do you feel bad for iDubbbz after he legitimately pushed everyone away and spit in the face of everyone who's been supporting him for years? Everything is catching up to you, and I love to see it. Anyways, please subscribe so I could set up my next boxing event. Peace.